let me be a dork real quick and show off the tattoo one more time. That's now we're recording.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother.
Karina's got a tiger tattoo as well. She just can't show it off right now because it's her whole back.
Not right here.
not here. You know what I mean?
Not the right setting.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Challenge Fandom Podcast. We've got another episode of Challengers Unplugged, and we're joined today by none other than founding member of TYB, Puzzle King, Cory Wharton.
Let's go.
Let's
Hey,
go.
thank you guys for having me. It's always a pleasure, and I'm glad that you can introduce me now with Puzzle King behind my name.
Bro, me and Karina were talking about this last night as we were putting together notes. We give people a lot of shit when they don't improve on their areas of weakness.
Yeah.
And seeing you come back this season and knocking out those puzzles at a good rate.
Yeah.
And then what you did on that swimming challenge, bro.
Hey,
we were so impressed.
Hey, baby, it's only been 11 seasons. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there, baby. Woohoo!
It's almost like that Jim Harbaugh plan. It takes a couple years, but we're going to get that natty.
We're going to get that natty. It's coming, man. It's coming. But I appreciate it, you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And Cory, had some additions to the team since last time you were on. Obviously, me and Karina.
Yep.
And then we've got Josh and Alexis joining us with those lovely balloons in the background.
Yes.
Thanks.
Pacer on balloons in the background. Me and the guy up top, we got matching tattoos. This was meant to be.
Use that 80s keyword. We got some synergy happening right here.
Synergy, yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, last time we talked, we didn't know it at the time, but you were about 7 days away from leaving for USA 2 because I know we put out the episode and you were on the flight headed down there to start filming. And, dude, I wanted to ask you, how was that filming different than what you did on, the flagship seasons with having all those CBS players? Did it bring a different level of gameplay to it?
Oh, 100%. I was a rookie again. It was weird. It was very weird. I mean, production didn't help us out. We pull up on jet skis. Then the first challenge, they make us carry ourselves and our whole team, our statues of ourselves. And I'm just like, they painted the biggest target on MTV and CBS. Couldn't do ish about it, baby. We took over. Now, we didn't win. Shout out to Chris and Desi. They did their thing. But MTV was a strong presence in that season, in that final. So,
you guys.
It was the biggest complaint from the CBS players and from the CBS, the fans of the CBS shows was, why'd they have to bring the MTV players?
Yeah, they were.
I was like,
they hated it. Honestly, you guys, because I say that it felt like I was a rookie again, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you would have a talk with anybody, they weren't there. You would have a conversation with somebody, but you could tell that they're not really listening to you. Their mind was already made up that these are the MTV kids. We have to get them out of this house. And I was just lucky enough to keep my shields around for as long as possible in Bananas and West, because those are the big names, right? Those are household MTV names. So keeping them around helped me out, because when people were, let's take MTV out, I really got to be that third option. So I was just okay, so that was a crazy season. You could tell even with production that it was CBS. There were certain things that were different with working with CBS and MTV. I would just say one of those is CBS has their own rules person come and sit at the challenges and kind of take your side on things, right? Where MTV is cast is fighting for themselves. But yeah, so that was just different. But yeah, it's same show though, same ordeal,
Same bowl of soup, just reheated, right?
Yeah,
no, I got you.
Different microwave, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit better, maybe a more accurate timer on those rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to ask because we've been following on Instagram and Snapchat. Finally got the backyard pool pretty much knocked out, right?
Yeah, bro. You guys want to take a look?
Yeah,
already
we want
know
to
we
see
do.
it. Yeah, we saw a glimpse of it a second
nice.
ago. Wow.
Yeah, it's
That is
good,
gorgeous.
man. Thank you guys. It's a lot of work. I mean, this goes from years and years of me being cheap. Save it all up. And just a lot of hard work. So I'm just happy that I get to share with my family and
Oh, dude, it's great, man. It's like that Fessy post had up yesterday about never going out. And it's like, man, I'm already paying this much to stay home. I might as well enjoy this.
Yeah, we're just getting older, man. Like, we're not young in our 20s anymore, Like, a lot of us have kids. I mean, you guys can probably see on season 40, like, I wasn't the only one with kids. Like, literally everybody basically left their kids to come on the show. So, we're just getting older.
I feel you, man. We're in that same boat. Like, we go out, we're like, let's get home by 8. How about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one thing before we really jump into season 40, I got to know, because we kind of heard the news about this. Has Ryder convinced her class that you're more famous than Dream's dad yet?
Dude, I got in some trouble with that one. Some people weren't too happy about that one, but no, it was such an innocent, funny story, and it like blew up into like this real debate, which is just ridiculous that we're debating 7-year-olds. It's just ridiculous. But no, they're good.
That's
good.
Yeah,
Good. I'm happy to hear that, man.
I guess it depends who you ask, because I watched the challenge way before I watched the Kardashians.
Yeah, funny because it's either like you're one way or you're the other way. So yeah, I mean, these are kids we're talking about. I just got a good laugh out of it.
Oh, yeah.
To me, it's no different than the my dad can beat up your dad conversation that we used to have. You know what I mean?
That type of back and forth. And this happened when they were in kindergarten. So, I mean, they're small kids, So,
that's cute.
That makes it even better, honestly. That's so cute.
So getting into season 40, man, we right away, and I know me and you kind of talked about this a little bit, like, you're the only representation of TYB on this season.
Yeah.
And we talked about Nelly T. He wanted to come back. We all want to see him back, and we think it's a matter of time. But like, were you surprised not to see Hunter in there with you at Era 3?
No, just because Hunter's been out of the loop for so long. He's been out of the loop for so long, and I think he just had another kid also. But yeah, I think you could tell from basically episode 1 or 2 on that, like, I didn't have a lot of allies, and my number one goal was to gain allies in the game. So I had to kind of play in the beginning of the game, like a game on gaining allies, right? Like, and so a big debate, and I'm sure, is the season wrapped up yet or no?
We got one more episode of the final left.
One of the reunion stuff being out there, but I took a lot of heat for throwing Amanda in, right? Listen, I was working with Leroy and Naya. I was working with Leroy and Naya. I wanted to make them happy, to gain their trust, to further myself in their rankings, right? And this is the first challenge of the season, So I just wish me and Amanda would have had a better talk about working with each other. And
like what the expectations would be.
Yeah, this is official. We can't just say, hey, let's do it for Nelson and that's that.
Assume you're locked in.
Serious talk with you on like gameplay and like how can we further this? Like, you can't just be like a handshake, let's do it for Nelson. Okay, cool. Like, I need more than that. This is season 40 and
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Look, honestly, I don't blame you in that situation because, like you said, if you're not going to actually sit there and talk game with me, then you're talking game against me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially when you've done seasons with a person and you've never played with them, Yeah. So it's just, it had to be done. Naya did not want to go against Avery. She was begging for Amanda. And I was like, all right, I can either piss off Naya and make Amanda happy, but if it's something physical, I see Naya getting that win. But just had to do the game, make the move that was best for me.
Well, and honestly, I think, it did. I mean, I know a lot of people online will say differently, but it's like, look, no offense to Amanda. She's good at what she does, but one thing she's not great at is making it to the end of the season.
Right.
Yeah, no, she's great entertainment. She's great on puzzles, but she's had bad luck getting to a final. So,
yeah, no. So I don't blame you on that at all.
Absolutely not. No.
One thing, because what we were talking about earlier, with some of the casting choices, not seeing a Fessy in Era 4, which I thought was a big miss. You know what I mean?
That was a miss. They needed a Fessy on Era 4. I think they should have traded out. Not to say Theo didn't deserve to be there, but I just feel like Fessy would have fit a little bit better than Theo. And then maybe Josh wouldn't be crying as much either. So that would have
Oh, he probably would have thrown Fessy in too, like he did Casey. So there's that. I'm just being real. Let's be honest. He's everybody's fan. Look, I've said this about Josh for a while, is he's a victim of his own success of making friends. You know what I mean? From what we hear, he's a cool guy outside the show. He's easy to get along with.
Yep.
But that's hard to parlay into, alliances when you're on the show.
40 competitors competing, and there can only be 2 winners.
Exactly.
Somebody's going to get burnt down the road eventually. So,
so you walk into this, you don't see, obviously no one from TYB. Fessy's not there. Mm-hmm. Like you said, your antennas are up right away trying to make alliances, and one that we really liked was you and Nehemiah becoming friends on this.
Yeah. I mean, that is somebody who I didn't expect to connect with the way that I did. Heading into the season, I'm going to be real with you guys. You kind of know who's going. I knew about 37 of the 40 people who were already going. I already have in my notebook alliances. And I'm 90% sure that the notes that I have played out throughout the season. These people build their alliances, not just at the game, but on the off season as well. And I think that's kind of where I struggle the most, is because when I leave the challenge, I tend to leave the challenge. I don't see the people until I film with them again, right? Mm-hmm. So I was just at a disadvantage. I knew from the get-go I was going to see at least 2 eliminations. I was prepared. I was ready. I felt good physically. Mentally, I felt good. Let's go. I was so excited to be this underdog and to play this role and to thrive in it. And I'm just happy that the eliminations I did get ended up working in my favor. And I got to showcase some of my physical abilities, which I think is my strong suit. So, just overall, just happy with the way 40 went. A little disappointed I didn't win, obviously. But, was an uphill fight, and I was fighting. So, yeah.
Well, I think, the ultimate goal is always to get that W, right?
Of course.
But you came out this season and you proved that, you're more than just, a physical guy in eliminations. You proved that, hey, I'm getting better at puzzles. I might not be the best one there, but I can get them done. I can swim good at good speeds. I mean, Banana called you Michael Phelps out there.
Hey, my swimming has 100% improved. I now can keep my head down in the water and just do the head tilt to breathe.
Let's go.
But no, I did a lot of that because I couldn't really run on my knee. So heading into 40, I did a ton of swimming because I wanted less stress on my knee. So for cardio, I would hit laps in the pool, go to LA Fitness, hit some laps, and then come to find out the final was all swimming. I mean, I'm not going to beat Jordan. Real, I'm beating Jordan. But, another silver would have been nice,
Right?
Did second place get any money this season or no?
Yeah,
75 for second. Yeah, third was 20. That's the fucked up part, man. They seem like every time you get a second, they're like, you know what? No prize money this time.
That is the worst ever. Man. Oh, man. Completing a final, I give anyone credit who has gone through a 2-day final. Takes a lot out of you. And not to mention the whole season that you survived before the final. To get to that top of the mountain and hear TJ say, good job, isn't exactly the same when he hits you a $50,000 check. So, yeah,
it's
thanks for the thumbs up, Tej, but that's not what I wanted, bro.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of talking to my boss and him saying good job. It's it's a really good job giving me a raise.
Yeah,
that's
that would really tell me I'm doing a good job.
I will say though, I was watching those stories, watching you build that pool. And I had it in my mind. I was like, okay, he's going to the end.
Everybody. I was like, it's just giving people more ammunition to disappoint them. Here I go. Here we go.
She was so sure all season, like every time, because we do predictions at like the beginning, the middle, and then right before the final. And the beginning and the middle, she was like, I'm sticking with Cory. He's doing renovations. He's building a pool. He's doing all kinds of stuff. He has to win. I was like, okay.
No. Nope, didn't do that. Sorry to disappoint you, but
It's all right.
no, renovations came just a lot of saving and a lot of work. So,
Absolutely. So one thing I think we're all curious on, because we only get what the editors show us, and look, you don't got to say nothing about this, but the editors haven't been great at showing us good shit this year.
I'm here for a little time. Ask what you need, baby. I'm here.
Outside of, because like all we got fed was like you were working with Nehemiah. Outside of Nehemiah, who were you working with? Like when you guys were still in the era setup?
When we were still in the era setup, I had my relationships with Devin. I was working with Tori also. I was kind of working with Nehemiah, obviously. That's really Naya. I was working with Naya. Avery, I built a lot of trust within Avery because I chose to save her and we were partnered up. So I think I upped my class with Avery a little bit. But yeah, man, it was hard out here, man.
Going solo on this.
Like I said, I knew going into the season I was going to see at least 2 eliminations, right? Like I probably could have done a better job of kissing people's ass, but at this point in the game and where I am, like I was kind of thankful to see the eliminations. I wanted to test myself on season 40. This is the biggest, the best of the best. I wanted to test myself, and I just prayed that it was something physical, and I got lucky. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know. The older I get, the more seasons I do of the challenge, I'm so thankful for it. And I just appreciate being there because I realize like people like you and the fans, like they would do anything to be in our shoes. And I just try to put myself in that perspective and think about Nelly T and how he would give anything to be here. So yeah, I'm going to be here. I'm going to compete. I'm going to have fun and I'm going to show these people what I'm about. And I'm just glad I got opportunity and the stage to do some of that. So
well, you definitely give us somebody to root for.
Thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Nothing like walking through the grocery store and having people come up and say, hey, for you to win one. But yeah.
And look, we had the debate, and because you said it on the season, like, it's cool to be known as the best to never win, but you want that W.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, like we have the debate because we started thinking about when you said that, we're like, is he the best to never win? And we went through the stats and like, bro, you are the best to never win.
Not just by opinion, but by literal stats, numbers. You are the best to never win.
It's funny because once I said that, people were like, their eyes started to open up and let me look at Cory. What's going on with him? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have some nice stats out there, but you said it. I don't want a participation trophy. You got to win championships to be remembered. So that's what I want to do. I want to win one.
So I'm taking that as you saying 40 isn't going to be your last season of the challenge. You're going to be back.
No, man. No way. I'll probably skip 41, maybe skip 42. And then who knows? You
just broke some hearts.
Yeah, I don't. It's just,
no pressure.
I got ACL surgery in 2 days. I'm getting my knee worked on in 2 days. We'll get that guy taken care of, and then we'll see what life has for me then.
Definitely yourself first.
It's nice to take time off too. You know what I mean? So you don't get burnt out on the show.
Yes, I think time off is really important because you have such an appreciation for the show when you come back. Instead of feeling like this is a job and you have to be here, like I said, for season 40, I was like, I want to be here. Like, no, I want all the smoke. Let's go down there. Let's get dirty. I'm here to sweat, bleed, like whatever. I'm here for it. And I'm going to have a smile on my face when I do it. And that sort of mindset messed with a lot of people because they didn't know how to affect me. They didn't know how can I get to Cory. Like he's smiling, he's chilling, he seems to be in his routine. Like, nah, man, I'm here. And if you want to see me go home, you got to beat me in the sand, So I kind of let it go.
Well, and the fact is you beat beat two legends down there. Two. They're on a lot of people's Mount Rushmores. You know what I mean, or close to.
I'm just glad Derek had one leg. Dear God, if he had two, what I would have done with the two-legged Derek. But no, man, it was nice to get those 3 wins.
Yeah. Out of those 3 eliminations, which one was your favorite to do? I have an assumption, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, I would say the sprinting one. Just the way that it happened, I love doing that. I love the boxing one, but I'm telling you guys one thing. Boxing blindfolded is not fun. Like, all your senses, when you're boxing, your eyes are everything. Like, man, I really liked them all. The one thing I could say is the elimination I went home on, if only I would have had some sort of key. If only, like, you can hear me during the elimination say, like, is the 40 on top or on the bottom? Like, I spent so much time not knowing exactly how this puzzle was. If I were to have, like, a picture of, okay, this is the puzzle that you need to recreate, that would have helped me out a lot, man. But Derek had such a good game plan going in. Like, he was, he did that elimination perfectly, and nothing but props to Derek for doing that.
Well, and I think Derek's, I've heard you say it too, he's kind of like the dark horse of this season. Like, people don't expect him to be doing what he's doing, and he's out there killing it.
No, man, you wouldn't expect it. He's not going to be, he's not walking into the weight room and scaring anybody. He's not doing that. But I saw glimpses of Derek's athleticism. And just by talking to him and hearing how he used to play high school sports, and then when we would, like, play weird little quirky games around the house because we're bored, right? Like, throw this quarter into this, wasting some time by the pool. He would always do well. And you're like, okay, like, we played this one game where we had a football and we would set this target up different places and you would have to hit the target. And Derek was top 3 every time. And I'm like, hold on, man. Like, I didn't know you were this athletic. And sure enough, like, I'm just glad he gets to show that he's a badass and he's taking care of business. So happy for him.
No, absolutely. And you like you said, dark horse, nobody expected. We talked to him a little bit and he told us a little bit about his athletic ability. And it's like, man, if you get an opportunity to not get eliminated first, you're going to surprise some people out there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing I did want to ask you, because, obviously times change and music tastes change a little bit from time to time.
Yeah.
Let's say you're getting ready to go into that elimination against the elimination you did with Josh, right?
Yeah.
But you're going against someone that can run and jump and land on their feet.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a challenge.
Right.
What song are you listening to hype yourself up for that one?
To hype myself up? What song? Probably Future, Commas. That's what I'm going to say, just off the top of my head.
I like it. You had to get that hype song in one way or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, listen, right before the elimination, what's going through your head is just like feeling good, feeling positive, staying in your zone, making sure that you're stretched out, and just being prepared for anything, because we literally don't know what it's going to be. And I think that's something that is so great and exciting about the challenge, is that you never know what it's going to be. And as a fan, you never know who's going to win. So yeah, you're in your zone, you're locked in. I usually sit in the front of the bus. People in the back of the bus are being loud. I'll talk to people, have conversation here and there, but for the most part, that whole day, I'm kind of like locked in. I kind of like to be in my zone, think about my family. Yeah. You guys know I got to stare at those photos. It's not an elimination if I'm not looking at my photos. So I just get in my zone, and everyone handles it differently. And that's what's kind of cool to see around the house too, is like how different people handle eliminations. You got the quiet ones and you got your ones that act like it's nothing, so.
Well, and I know this is one of Karina's favorite parts every season, is seeing you bring those stack of pictures with you every year.
You got to. And everyone loves it. Like, I bring so many photos, it's obnoxious, because I just bring like ones from previous seasons and then I just add on to those. Like now my books like I'm kind of like, at night, I like to sit there and like look through my photos, and some people it would make them sad. For me, it's just like makes me smile, because I'm just like, I can remember that memory, and then I'm in there, and yeah. So it's like become a thing now of me looking at my pictures before elimination.
I get you like a little photo album. You can put them all in, so you just have like
give me a little
like a little scrapbook.
Yeah, I need one of those. Yeah, for
Look, you got a arts and crafts thing
Right
to do.
now,
You know, I don't care what people say. I love that you do it for your daughters.
Yeah.
That is what people do it for. You got something to fight for now.
Listen, I've been made fun of, and if that's the last thing that people can make fun of me for, I love it. I think it's funny. I think it's great. You know, Cory loves his kids.
Yeah, literally.
Exactly,
there's
bro.
nothing more you can say, you know, like I really do. Those girls are everything to me, and they're a big reason on why I go so hard and why I operate the way that I do. You know, they've created me just as much as I've created them almost. So like, it's just, I love those girls. So it's like its own parody now. Like, you know, I almost do it to like upset people, and I think it's funny. So yeah, thank you.
Dude, it's not a season until Cory brings out those pictures.
Yeah. But this season, it didn't hit the same because everyone has kids. So, like, usually I get to stand out. Usually,
Us too.
I got my kids. Feel bad for me. I'm looking at era 1 and era 2, and I'm just looking around like, damn, everyone's got kids. Like,
Everybody's doing it for the kids this season.
yeah, I can't use that this season.
No, but like you said, man, if that's the worst thing someone's got to say is, oh, he talks about his kids too much, man, that just means you're a good dad,
Loves
bro.
his kids,
You're
right?
doing it
Great
for the
dad,
right
yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, God. Yeah.
And it's evident because you see it like on your phone calls home, you know, when you're talking to Maya or you're talking to Ryder on your phone calls home and how much they love you. Like Ryder Britton damn near stopped climbing a wall. It ran down to the phone to talk to you. She was so excited. And, dude, I love that, bro. Love that for you.
Dude, I reached out to my ex, and she's a fan of Teen Mom and a fan of the challenge. And I was like, hey, we're talking to Cory. Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't have any questions, but he seems like a really great dad, and I love that.
Yes.
That's what made me a Cory fan. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah. No,
I've been watching
I mean,
Teen Mom for years.
I think that was a great gig for me was a Teen Mom for so many reasons. I mean, just for people to see like me as a dad and to see that there's more to me than just hooking up with girls, because that's kind of what I was known for on the challenge, was like being a player, hooking up with girls, kind of being a fuck boy. Like, I know what my reputation was.
I'm so glad you just used that terminology, because
Yeah, 100%.
I have to tell you.
Oh,
I have to tell you, we actually like just recently, a couple episodes
like 3
back,
weeks ago,
3 or
yeah.
4 weeks ago, when we had the conversation about, you know, is Cory the best to never win?
yeah.
We had a very in-depth conversation about your character arc on TV, and we have pretty much branded you fuckboy to family man. And it's like the best arc ever. And so I was going to tell you that, but then I was like, oh, I don't want him to like take offense to the fuckboy thing because I don't mean it in a bad way.
Oh, I still.
And so you said that. I was like, oh, I got to tell him now. So you are our like model of like fuckboy to family man, like one of the best character arcs on this show.
Agreed.
He's going to get that tatted now.
Yeah.
Fuck boy to family man.
Fuck boy to family man, right there, baby. Big font, right? Oh, man.
But
I mean, it's true though. It's true. Like the challenge used to be about who am I going to hook up with this season? You know, who am I going to have some fun with? And now it's just completely changed to I need to win. You know, I think it's only helped my game. Like, but then this season, like you could see slightly where it would hurt my game a little bit because Jordan was chilling because he hooked up with half of those women on that cast. So he was chilling, you know, like, because he had relationships with them. And like, that used to be me back in the day with some people. And so, yeah.
look, he had the era 3 girls except Amanda locked in.
Yeah.
All of era 3.
Yeah.
That was
Pretty
like,
much.
I thought there was going to be some drama, but there was none at all. He
Avery
skated through
Naya,
that.
they both did the same Real World season. Tori, he was engaged to. And then who?
Him and
And he had Laurel.
John and him, I think, had a thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had their thing on, what was that, X's 2, I think, or
Maybe,
something.
yeah.
I don't know. They had a little, but yeah, he was set up. I'm actually curious though. What did you think about this format where like the girls were voting for the guys were voting for the girls? You know, obviously once you guys went individual.
I don't. It was all right. It was all right. It's not my favorite, not my least favorite either. You know. Yeah. Have you guys heard the story about how Jordan didn't join the cast until we were like a week and a half into this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you have heard?
We knew he went late.
We know he went late. We haven't heard any stories about it.
We were sitting in a hotel for a whole week, and I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but we're just sitting around like bored as can be. And then they walk Jordan up in the middle of the night after we've already moved into the house, and his bed is right next to mine, and I just see this cowboy walk in. I swear he had his cowboy hat on. And I was like, there he is. Jordan is here. And it was just
great.
It was a crazy way to start the season for all the speculation on like who was coming, who wasn't. It was wild. But yeah.
Dude, seeing that lineup, I mean, let's be honest. This was a murderer's row of challenge.
Yeah.
You know, in every era, you got CT, Darrell, Brad, Derek. You got Bananas. Nehemiah.
You got the Mount Rushmore. We had all of Mount Rushmore at 40. So I don't think you can't say that the competition wasn't strong. You know, I think we really did get some of the best.
And I wanted to just kind of go back for a second when you were talking about his arc as far as Cory, your arc from the first few seasons to being the family man now. It very much reminds me of almost CT's arc. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a very similar arc of the growing up in front of us on television and becoming the man you are now, you know, and it's awesome to see.
No, I appreciate that. You know, I just think, you know, people mature at different rates. You know, I just think I matured a little later. But I found, you know, my girlfriend now, Taylor, on X on the Beach, you know, and I get a whole thing, you're not married yet, blah, blah. We're not here to talk about that right now, okay?
Hey, that's personal stuff. We ain't here for that.
I was in a relationship for 22 years, never married. You're good.
What are you? You're 20 years?
I was in a relationship for 22 years, and we never married.
All right, well, don't tell him that.
Yeah, my girl's not having that.
Wait, Karina, today's your what?
Oh, I was just going to say today is mine and Rick's 9-year anniversary, and we're still not legally married either. So we totally get it.
Hey, happy anniversary, you guys.
Thank you. Look, I always look at it this way. Like marriage is just saying, I like you so much that I want to get the government involved.
Yeah. I mean, we've gotten to the point now that I know that it's something that she wants and I want to do what she wants. You know, I want to give her happiness. And so, and it's something I want too. We're just kind of waiting on the time and things like
that.
And me and Taylor are in a good place. And I think that's all that matters is that we are in a good place. Our family is rolling and we're feeling good. So
that's my thing is, are y'all happy? That's all. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yep.
So I want to get through a few more things and then we'll start wrapping this up. I know we went in depth on the last time you were on with us. We went through your whole history. But there are a few things on season 40 that I did want to ask about, which I know the fandom, especially because Cara's fandom is thick. Like
they ride hard.
Yeah.
Like
I got
all of a sudden you
this season though. I was like, oh, this is nice being on this side.
So was you and Cara working together like kind of under the cover throughout the whole season, or is it really something that just really happened there at the end?
Dude, me and Cara looked at each other and we were like, you want to be friends? We weren't working with each other all season. Like it was just something that happened. We did the math around the house and we were like, hey, we do get along. Like, why don't we work with each other? This doesn't make sense why we haven't had this before. And so it was really cool to work with somebody new and to build that trust. And the greatest thing about the challenge is that hopefully it leads to something in the future, right? Hopefully when we do a season together, we can continue that momentum and you know.
But one question we did get about from the official was, we know you won that daily to go see Gladiator 2. Did you get to meet Denzel?
No, but I saw Denzel. And Denzel was cool, but when I saw Snoop, I was like, that is cool. I've been in LA for 10 plus years, never seen Snoop Dogg. And
oh, wow.
I saw Snoop on the carpet. I thought, okay, he's taller than what I expected. He's like a good 6'4", 6'5", legit. He's a tall guy. And he just has this aurora about him. Like his energy is just like, I want to light one up right there, you know? He is the man. Just seeing all those stars in Gladiator 2, it was really cool. And glad that I won that elimination.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I was telling Karina the other day, because we got, a 6-year-old, and he grew up with like Cocomelon, and then we introduced him to
Doggyland.
Which is Snoop's version of it. And I looked and I was like, damn, it is so much different how he's gonna know Snoop Dogg compared to how I know Snoop Dogg from the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
It's just night and day.
Way different.
Yeah. We have our elf on the shelf is actually Snoop on a stoop. So my daughter knows Snoop Dogg as our elf.
Oh, that is hilarious. I saw a Snoop on the stoop. I saw somebody, I think Taylor's brother gave that to her other brother or something. I was like, that's Snoop Dogg? That is cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get an ornament for that one for next year.
Right? Yeah. We don't do the elf thing, but I'm gonna have to see if they have ornaments of that. That's amazing.
You guys don't do the elf thing?
We got lucky. We never introduced it. We don't have to do it.
Because it is a commitment.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they ask when they wake up. I want to go see the elf. I'm like, oh my God, just throw the damn elf in the microwave and put some popcorn in there. I don't know.
I got lucky and didn't have to deal with it either. I dressed Harper up as an elf one year and put it up on the mantle and said, this is it.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. That's your elf.
It's so funny because like every year, like right when the elf thing starts, I'll see like all my friends and everybody posting their different things. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And then by the middle of the month, everybody's energy changes. And I'm like, okay, it's not cute. I'm glad we never did this. Thank God we never started it.
Yeah. It becomes a lot. I think I still have text up on my ceiling. You guys probably can't see it, but from the elf on the shelf, I have to get a ladder and get down. So
damn those elves.
Bro, we've got we took all our Christmas stuff down, but I noticed this morning we got little Easter eggs of Christmas still around the house, where we forgot to grab one thing, and it's like we got lights hanging up on the window right now. We got to get down and shit, but
all right.
I did open up some questions to the fans, and they had some interesting ones. The first one was, who would you rather do a rival season with now, Josh or Amanda?
Amanda.
Okay, I like it. Seeing the final and how much swimming and how much work you put into that, how do you think you would have fared?
I think I would have got second.
I agree. Yeah. I agree on that one. Okay. Now, knowing about the karma points, did you ever get to find out what other people rated your karma?
No.
That's whack.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, no, it was just like at the end of your exit interview, they just hand you this thing. This is your karma points. Rate everybody 1 to 5. That's left in the game, and you hand it to them. Well, obviously you explain each way you're and what you're giving them, but then you just hand it back to them, and I didn't hear anything else. I don't even know who won for the girls. Like I don't know. I probably should figure that out. But
wait till next week. They'll tell.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the whole like karma vote thing? Like when they handed you the paper and they were like, "This is what you're doing." Like what were you thinking?
Yeah. I didn't. It seemed like more of like a popularity contest type of thing. Like number one, I think I eliminated the most guys on the season, so they're not going to turn around and give me a lot of karma points. It was just something else I thought that I was going to have to work against. Especially hearing how they did All Stars 4. Didn't they do some sort of like karma points or something with that? It's the people that did that season and how that came into play. We knew that TJ was holding them for a reason because usually he sends off to people. Like, why is TJ holding them? Is there a redemption house? No, we got to check that off the list. And so we knew there was some sort of, they had some play in the end game.
Real quick on the karma points. If you could have rated Johnny negative points, would you have?
Johnny?
Yeah.
I know it's more entertaining for me to say yes, but I really have deep hatred for Johnny. He didn't really do anything wrong to me this season. Like, it's so weird because we like, I don't know. I don't know.
Ebb and flow.
It's like, I just think we're two different teas, right? We don't mix. We just don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
So really quick, saying that or hearing that, I have one last question about the karma points. Yeah. When you did go in and you did your karma point vote, did you go based just off of like, your personal feelings about everybody? Or did you have like a strategy to set, like anybody up in the game for after you left?
No, once I heard TJ say I'm done with the game, my strategy. I don't care.
You're all getting ones. No.
Listen, I'm ready to get out of this 3-hour interview. Give me that piece of paper. Let me write down these numbers. Let's get out of here. I need a flight tomorrow. Like, I'm ready. No, there was. I wish I had a better strategy. I don't know who did it, but somebody was like, I gave one person a 5 and everybody else 1s or something like that.
Josh did that. I think
that
Olivia
was the
also.
Smart thing Josh did. Look at that. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, that was the first thing we said when we recapped that episode. We were like, this is the most strategic move Josh has made all season, was actually strategizing for where his points would go so he could set his alliance up to have more points for whatever this thing is. And I was like, that's actually pretty smart. And I think Olivia did it for Michelle as well. She gave everybody 1s and then gave Michelle a 5. So it would give Michelle a bit of a head up. But,
yeah, smart.
It was a pretty smart strategy. I wouldn't have thought of it.
The minute I'm lost in that sand, I'm done. Like, I'm laughing with production. I'm like, when's my flight tomorrow? I need my phone. I can't wait to see my kids. I love you guys, but have fun in that final because you're going to be in hell. So
yeah, I'm going home. I'm going to go sleep in a real bed.
Yeah.
All right. I got to ask this part, man. Jordan not knowing Cheyenne's name.
Oh, no. What was that?
He was at her wedding.
Did they have me saying that was bullshit or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was bullshit. So I hope everyone can see that. He almost called her Chantel or whatever the name that Johnny was calling her when Shy was getting pissed off. Like, he only had that name. So it's just funny. Him and Laurel, like, they cut a deal and he was going to let Laurel win. And it was obvious. He knew Cheyenne's name. And he even in his interview, I remember him looking guilty as can be. And I don't know why he's denying that, but he definitely knew Cheyenne's name. I'm sitting there like, I'm being extra and production's yelling at me, but I'm like I'm doing all this stuff to kind of keep it on the low. And he's just,
You end up saying, like, we just had a discussion about her like the night before. We talked about her.
Yeah. Like, we talked about her. You've been to my gender reveals. You know, it wasn't with Cheyenne, but Cheyenne was there. And like, we've all talked. But hey, that's why Jordan's the GOAT, though. I mean, he's Mount Rushmore for sure.
Speaking of Cheyenne, I personally enjoyed her punking on you in that phone call home. Yeah. But does she always punk on you like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's like my love language. You know what I mean? Like, not to say that she was trying to do anything, but it's just like, that's how I grew up. Like, me and my friends, like, we make fun of each other. Like, that's kind of like how I've always been. So for her to do that, I just take it as like, hey, everything's good here. Like, we all love you. We want what's best for you. You know, like how I take it. I don't know. I just, like I said, growing up, me and all my friends, that's like our love language. We kind of make fun of each other and crack on each other left and right. So, that's normal over here. That's what I do.
100%. No, I give her shit about her elbows all the time. I got to talk shit one way or the other. That's how I say, like, I care about you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm not making fun of you or giving you shit, then it's probably because I don't like you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
So my kind of last question on this is, because I know we've kind of ran through a lot of different things on 40 is, I know you said you're planning on taking some time off. You're going to have your knee worked on. But outside of the Challenger, there's certain like other reality shows that you'd be really interested in trying.
Yeah, I'm binging Survivor, man. I did USA 2 was get my door in with CBS and then they shut the door on me. Come on, man. Let me know Survivor or The Amazing Race. I haven't watched Traitors yet, but I was casted to do the first season of that. Sure. Other reality TV shows. House of Villains. I don't really fit that theme. I don't think I'm a villain.
No.
Especially after seeing Wes beg and cry. I can't.
That was a really bad look.
I mean, that wasn't good at all. It wasn't great. Wes has always been kind of pouty to me. He's been pretty pouty recently in his goth era. He's
not dead.
In bed, like crying, like just being like me. Like Like, bro, smile, bro. Like, damn.
Come on.
But yeah.
We saw one the other day that I think you would kill at. It's called the Summit.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh
the
yeah.
Summit.
I would love to do any of those. Like Summit. I would love to do Naked and Afraid. You know.
Ooh.
I want to test myself. Like I want to put myself to the test. And Survivor is my number one though. I would love to do Survivor and play that game and just backstab everybody and it get cheered. And for you know, like it's good gameplay in that game. So
I think it's crazy that CBS doesn't have like Challengers crossover. Like we get Survivor players, we get Big Brother, Amazing Race players, but you never see Challengers crossover and go do any of the CBS shows. And it's weird. I don't know if it's like
we're the frat boys. We get treated like the party kids, you know, like CBS.
Yeah.
They don't want to touch an MTV talent because we're unpredictable, especially, you know, we're loose cannons. And that's what makes it so great, though, is because, you know, we're a little crazy, too. And so, I don't know why CBS doesn't, you know, offer us shows on their network the same way. But, what can you do?
Low key, I think they know if they brought like someone like you or CT or Jordan over to Survivor, it would get shown real quick how good you guys are at this competitive shit. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I mean we're playing a game with a whole bunch of like rookies at that point. So I think they maybe think that like we would have a large advantage. But I just think that maybe on production side, thinking like a producer, them probably saying that, you know, they would feel that like me, Jordan, CT Bananas, anyone from the challenge would already have an advantage over the people who have never done a reality TV show before. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they should let us get a shot at it. And we'd love to do the Amazing Race, man. Me and Mitch for the Amazing Race. Me for Survivor Solo. Those are my two favorite shows. And
I always like for a while there, I thought I was like, okay, maybe it's because, you know, Survivor typically casts like regular everyday people who haven't been on reality TV before. So since you've been on reality TV, maybe they don't. But I'm like, but then they could just do like a special themed season where it's like all reality, bring in some Big Brother players, bring in some challengers, bring in some Amazing Racers or like whatever. And put you all on an island and let's just have a competition and see who makes it to the end.
Put it on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. Like it'd be amazing.
So many reality shows, so many networks, like they could easily have done that. And I don't want to take away from people who have never done a show before. I think that's what Survivor's so great is that you get these people and the ages vary, right? And you have such a random group of people together and now they have to play this game. And I think that's what makes the show so great. But yeah, man, give us a try. Let me get one shot, man.
Just one crack at it. That's it. Look, low key, like me and Karina have been talking about this. We want them to do a season of the challenge, like a Fresh Meat 3 and bring in rookies, but none of these rookies can have more than like 5,000 followers on social media. We want like no name people, you know, like how they do the actual audition cast.
Buddy, that's not going to happen on MTV.
I know it. I know it.
Not anymore.
CBS. That might happen on CBS, MTV. No.
But, you know, I think there was a different process in finding a certain caliber of people that like people like yourself went through to get on the real world. Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it bred a certain type of cast member and the ones that majority of fans love. And you know, that's kind of where I'm leaning towards.
I mean, I put all the respect on the real world. I think that it's an OG reality TV show. I think it started all these other shows, honestly. Who doesn't remember 7 strangers picked to live in a house? And they're like, yeah!
So high every time it came on.
It's so epic. I just wish they could bring it back. I don't understand why they don't bring it back. It doesn't make any sense to me. We didn't get paid a lot. It's not expensive to film, you know? So yeah. I don't know.
Dude, I got to live out my fanboy moment. I got to hang out with Marlon at Pizza Smizza in Portland, right across the bridge.
Okay,
you know, love me some real world.
Portland was the one before my season. I think, Portland was right before explosion, and then it all went downhill after Maya.
After that, yeah.
They should have never added that dumb little twist, man. I get they were, you know, trying to switch it up, but they should have just went back to the OG way, and just.
I watched that final Vegas season, and I was like, this ain't the real world. This ain't it.
Yeah.
Not it, man. Too many people, too many characters. Like, listen, no, let it be simple. Sometimes simple works. And I think as far as the real world goes, it works. You know, like we had a cast member whose mom died on our season. You know, production had no clue about that, but things happen in life. So if you grab these characters that have loud personalities or are outgoing or whatever, just them being themselves, you're gonna get real stuff. And I think right now, real stuff hits. Like, I think people want authentic, they want real things, because I mean, shoot, you go on Instagram and it's like highlight reel, highlight clip. Like, I don't know. I just think we need the real world back. That's what I'm gonna say. We need the real world back.
100%.
Agreed.
Look, Cory, I want to thank you so much for coming on. Yeah. Does anybody else have any more questions before we let you go? Because I know we wanted to keep it kind of short and concise for you to get you going today.
Yeah, no. If anyone has questions, knock them out now.
I just was wanting an update on your daughter. My eldest daughter at 22 had open heart surgery at 10 months. Pulmonary stenosis, atrial. I can't say that word. But yeah, I was wanting to talk to you about it the last time you were on, and I missed it. So I was just wanting to get an update. My kid's doing great at 22.
Yeah.
So I just want to give you that update and uplift that things are going good, and just to see how she's doing.
Good, man. Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. And it's been such, sounds weird. I don't want to say a blessing, but like to be part of this CHD, congenital heart defect community has been awesome for me. You know, I didn't think I was ever going to be a part of it, but here I am. Maya has one more open heart surgery, and then after that, she should be fine. She has a couple cath labs that she'll have to have and everything. But this year we have that second open heart, and she's going to do great. She's going to do awesome.
Yeah.
And she's doing well. You know, some of her milestones are a little behind, but the doctors told us, you know, at least she's here. You know, I could care less when she starts to talk, because I get to laugh with her and she's here with us. And I think you just have to be grateful for that. And yeah, man, we got one more coming up, and I can't wait for that to be done, because that was the worst time of my life, sitting in the ICU unit of Children's Hospital for 15 days, sleeping on a windowsill. Like, I mean, hearing the alarms go off, seeing all the doctors rush to the room next to us, and it was nightmare. But we made it through it, and I think she's going to do well this time. And yeah,
she's adorable. I follow heavily, because I'm not going to lie, I've been a Cory fan since Cory Tori is my dream team, but I've been following along, and I've seen Taylor's posts about all your babies, and
thank you.
They're all adorable, and they look like they're loving life. Yeah. So you're doing a good job.
I call them my Skittles, because they're obviously related, but they all look different, and they all a little different. And like when we're all together, it's funny, because like a lot of people don't believe that Maya's mine, but if you look close, I have red in my beard.
Oh yeah.
I have red in my beard, and Taylor's brother's a redhead. So me and Taylor always joked, and we were like, watch us have a little pale redhead. And on top of that, he wanted to have tricuspid atresia. So thank you, Maya. But man, it's such a blessing, and to watch them all interact is amazing. And thank you guys for having me on this podcast. You guys know I love to do this. It's easy. You guys have a great one. And yeah, it's been real, man. I appreciate you guys.
No, man, we appreciate you for coming in. We appreciate you taking the time. You know, all of us are going to be sitting here. Prayers for Maya for surgery. We know everything's going to go good because she's a fighter like her pops. But, you know, prayers are still there. And, you know, just to kind of touch on what you're saying, with 3 kids, we got 3 boys. Couldn't be more different with the personalities, man. They're all just completely different kids. And you just got to do your best to work with it, right?
What are the ages that you guys are working with?
14. Well, they're about to be 14, 12, and 6.
Okay. You're on the higher, like teenage years. Yeah.
23, 22, and 10.
Whoa, took a break there, my guy, huh? Took a large break there.
I've just got the one, and she pops up all the time. But those older years don't even make sense to me yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not there yet either. I mean, Ryder's starting to get to the age where like she's not into that kid stuff, and she'll even call it out. That's for little kids, and I'm okay, like we're getting there. And so, just watching the girls grow together is awesome, and I
love it, man. I love it. Yeah, no, there's a saying that I was told, and I'll share it with you because I think it's applicable for anybody that's a parent. The days are long, but the years are short. So enjoy it while it lasts. You know what I mean?
Man.
Definitely.
I agree. I can't wait to enjoy this backyard that I'm staring at because we have over here. But I just know like my girls are going to love it. They're going to have the time of their life. And like I said, watching them grow up together is awesome. And thanks for having me, you guys. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for coming. We're going to let you go do a cannonball into the pool. We know you want to.
We're gearing up for a snowstorm.
They land in about an hour, so I'm going to go pick up the family and get back to life, you know?
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Everyone have a good new year.
You too.
2025.
You too.
What are we doing? 2025. But make sure you guys watch the reunion. Amanda pulls up in a devil costume. I try to I throw some holy water at her to see if she did. I don't think it worked. But good. Entertaining. So I hope you guys enjoy.
All right, man. Well, hey, real quick, Cory, if you guys aren't following him yet, make sure you follow him on IG. We're going to have his IG, his Snapchat, all of that loaded up below. Make sure you go through, you follow him, especially on the Snapchat, because I know you're showing a lot of behind the scenes there.
Yeah.
And then, as always, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you coming in and, have a great day with the rest of the family, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Like he said, Snapchat, you're getting the raw Cory. Instagram tends to be like a highlight reel, but thanks for having me, and we'll catch you guys next time.
All right, man. All right.
Bye.
All right.
Well, hey, for myself, Ricky Hayes, my beautiful wife, Karina Hayes, for Alexis Tex Rawson, and Josh motherfucking Chambers, we want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Challengers Unplugged with Cory Wharton, part 2, because this was our second interview with him. You know what? If you get a chance to rate us 5 stars, make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss the other interviews we got coming. Look, I'm getting choked up just talking about it right now. Rate us 5 stars. If you rate anything less, you're a hater. It's black and white.
It's just what it is.
It is what it is. So rate us 5 stars. If you're going to rate us lower than that, do it at Biodomer on Instagram. Otherwise, we love y'all. Be good to each other, and happy 2025.
See?
Peace.
Bye.